Hi, everyone. I'm happy to introduce myself. I'm Julia, Senior Content Manager at ShippyPro since 2022. And I basically work at the intersection of technology, logistics, and storytelling. In other words, what do? I spend my days searching and scraping shipping data and try to transform them into actionable insights and content you can actually thoroughly enjoy, okay? So, going back to the title of this presentation, Predicting the Future of Logistics. Now, when it comes to predicting the future, people always think about magic, okay? Crystal balls, fortune tellers, maybe a sprinkle of mystery here and there. When it comes to logistics, there's something much more powerful than that, something much more stronger than magic, and it's data. Data is what lets us see patterns before they happen. And that is exactly why I started working with numbers. So a bit of backstory. It was 2023, and I decided it was finally time to produce the first ever ShippyPro annual report of logistics. Now, the first edition of a report only contained third-party data, okay? And then I talked to the research team and I thought, well, we manage millions of shipments every year. Why can't we just use our own data? And now back to the present. I'm here to share with you some insights that hopefully you'll be able to keep at home to make smarter choices, maybe anticipate change and stay ahead in a market such as the one of logistics where speed and complexities are only accelerating. Now, in last year's report, 2024, we started from a simple question. What are companies working on? What are they doing to invest in logistics? This year, we decided to start from why. Why are companies investing in logistics? What's the end goal? What are the expected outcomes? And then we learned that these are the main expected outcomes. So first of all, cost optimization. Second of all, customer experience, 1 out of 5 companies. AI and adoption of new technologies, returns and reverse logistics, and on-the-job training. Of course, there are some more additional areas of interest for companies. The first one, sustainability. Professor Ricardo already talked about it quite thoroughly in the presentation. And then we have out-of-home delivery, also a great topic. Expansion of PUDO pickup drop-off networks, vehicle upgrades, and in general, innovations regarding the fleet optimization, so also route optimization. Today I only have 15 minutes to spend with you. So we'll deep dive into the first 3 pillars, that is cost optimization, customer experience and reliability, and AI adoption of new technologies. So let's go to the first one, cost optimization, top priority for 1/3 of the companies. What are companies doing to optimize costs when it comes to logistics? First of all, multi-carrier integration is the first pillar. Back in 2023, as you can see from here, the average company worked with just a couple of carriers integrated. But then came 2024, and the number doubled down. So we are at 4 carriers on average, almost 100% increase, not almost 100% increase year over year. Companies were realizing they needed much more flexibility. They needed more partners and resilience, more backup and reach. And now we're in 2025. Spoilers. And we're not even done yet. So we're at 5.6 carriers integrated on average. That's not just growth. That's a full-blown transformation that companies are undergoing to increase network resilience and to improve their performances, their delivery performances. Another area of interest is failed delivery attempt. So out of 4 packages shipped, 25% of them have got a first failed delivery attempt. So this is a massive inefficiency for companies. How are they working to improve this? Out-of-home delivery is currently one of the most effective solutions to work on first failed delivery attempts, with a stunning 99% success rate for first deliveries. Massive. I won't go into detail when it comes to PUDO because Ricardo already talked about it, but I couldn't have ended the presentation without out-of-home delivery because it's one of my favorite topics. So, sorry. Broken path. So this 6 6.64% represents the number of exceptions that companies have, at least in our tech stack. Addressing shipping exceptions is crucial because a shipping exception means that the package gets delayed. So it's also a problem not just for companies, but also for customers. And also it means higher costs for companies. Basically, out of these 6.64% of exception, the main cause was address validation issues. So companies are working for smarter routing, robust data validation, and in general, an enhanced carrier company communication system. They're using, for example, validation APIs and adopting technologies to avoid the problem before it rises. Next, pillar. Am I going too fast? Everything is clear now? Good. Second pillar, customer experience and reliability. As you all know, logistics is now an integral part of the journey, so it's a part of the user experience. Therefore, a lot of investments, 1 out of 5 companies is investing in customer experience in logistics. First of all, companies are working to increase the visibility over packages from warehouse to doorstep, and then from doorstep back to warehouse in case of reverse logistics, and of course returns, especially for the fashion industry. So 64% of customers want real-time tracking for every single delivery. This is something that customers want, and it's a must-have for companies, not just because of customers' reasons, but also because the company wants to know where their parcel is at any time, so that they can reply easily and quickly reply to Wizmo tickets. Wizmo is where is my order, okay? Second, companies are already moving to accelerate delivery times, and what I'm about to show you is crazy, I think. Back in 2021, the average delivery time was 5.8 days, okay? Almost more than 1 week, excluding weekend, okay? And now we're in 2025, and the average delivery time is 2.07 days. So almost 1/3 left, 1/3 of the initial time. It's crazy. Companies are really accelerating delivery, and they're doing that for customers because customers want express deliveries. What do I mean by express deliveries? It means a same-day delivery, so within 24 hours, or next-day delivery, so within the next 48 hours. Especially in some industries like pharma, this is something that this is a must-have, not a nice-to-have. What's the problem here? There's always a catch. So companies are increasing the speed at which they deliver orders, but it's something that's taken for granted by customers. So customers expect to have express deliveries. So companies should be really careful when it comes to analyzing their deliveries and deciding for a price. So a pricing strategy for their express deliveries. Because as you can see, this graph shows the willingness to pay for express deliveries in different countries. Some countries are more open to paying for express delivery, for example, 65% of people from the USA. But when it comes to France and Italy, then almost half of the customers are not willing to pay extra for express deliveries. So pay attention. Last pillar, AI adoption and adoption of new technology. I'm going to briefly touch on this because, again, Ricardo already talked about it quite a lot, but it's a new priority for companies. And I mean, it's a new priority because back in 2022, nobody was talking about AI, okay? Before ChatGPT, I mean, 3 people in this room maybe were talking about AI. I wasn't talking about AI at all. And now, as you can see from this chart, okay, you can see a small circle here, a small blue circle. It means that back in 2022, AI was essential for just 10% of the companies. Now we're in 2025, and AI has become essential for 40% of the companies. AI is becoming increasingly popular amongst companies. And let me say something very controversial. AI is not here to replace human beings. AI is here to enhance human beings. AI is here because it helps us accelerate manual tasks and repetitive tasks and reduce errors. But this allows us to use human resources at their full potential to high-value tasks. So, before I wrap up, and I noticed that I went really fast in this presentation, I have a little something else to add to it. Now, usually after a talk, you walk away with nothing but just a few scribbled notes. I saw some of you taking the phones out to take pictures of the slides. This time, we thought we could do something better for you. Because if predicting the future of logistics isn't magic but data, then these insights deserve to be kept, shared, and revisited during the course of 2026 maybe. So I'm going to ask you to take your bags out and to look into your bags. So please, can you do that? Inside you will find this. What is this? This is this speech turned into cards. Ta-da! Magic. You can use it whenever you want to for a spark of innovation. Maybe think of it as your own little playbook for the future of logistics. And this time, no crystal ball required. To make this happen, we asked for help, of course. So a huge shout out to Photoseed for making it happen. Thank you so much. I think it's really cool. And you'll also find many more statistics that I didn't have time to add to the presentation. And also, if you scan the QR code, you'll be able to download the full digital report that we made this year. So now it's time to wrap up. Thank you so much for your attention.